on. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I hope that you're doing well. Listen, your boy is back. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to Family Morning Transformation with yours truly, DMPSpeaks. I hope all is well. Listen, I thank you guys for your patience and your support. It's been a very busy few weeks for me. I had to just take time with my family to get some things together. And I was having a lot of technical issues with my laptop and my iPad. I had to purchase some things, but anywho, I am here. Still working on a few things, but I am here. I hope, and again, hope all is well. I hope that your family is doing magnificent. Because the topic for this morning, today, is not going to be super long at all. I promise. It's going to be the old way of doing things is just not working anymore. Now, what do I mean by that? The old ways, the past ways that you used to communicate with your family, the things that you used to do, maybe there's not those tactics, those things that you learned years ago. Some things work, but not everything. Certain things that was working, it's just not working anymore. So I just wanted to give you that brief introduction. My name, if this is your first time, my name is David M. Pinkster. I go by the name of DMPSpeaks. I am a speaker. I am a Christian counselor and a family restoration specialist, family coach. I come on here every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. And I'm going to have some other things that are going to be coming out. You're going to be seeing. It's going to be beneficial for you. I'm going to be having a class, and we're gonna talk about all those things. But you'll see those flyers. You'll see that information come out very, very, very soon. But like I stated, today's topic is some of the things that you were doing, the old way of doing things, may not be working. See, a lot of times we are not really focused like we should on things that are not working and making those adjustments, making those changes. And this is a heavy topic, and I'm only going to do it in a few minutes. The way we talk to our children is one thing I really want to pinpoint this morning. The way we talk to them, the way we communicate with them, maybe the way that we were doing it before, just kind of letting them just, when they don't want to talk, you just let them have the space. And every kid might need some space, but you really got to keep your eye on your child. I don't care if they are a great child or they're having some difficulty. See, I don't believe any of our children are bad children. I used to say that, but I stopped saying that. The reason why I stopped saying that is because everybody's environment is different. Everybody's community and where they grew up is different. Everybody's household is different. So to say that they're bad, you're putting like a stamp of negative information on them, and it's not necessary. So I don't say that children, if they're doing bad things, I always tell kids that are struggling or having or choosing to do negative and bad things in the community or in their home, I just say that you made a dumb decision or you made a bad decision, but you're not a bad child. Because if we keep telling our children that they're bad, and this is the old way, you're a bad child, or you just like your father, or these negative connotations, if we keep saying that to them, they're going to start believing that. Let me say that again. They're going to start believing that they're bad. If you tell them that they're not going to amount to anything, then they're going to start believing those things. See, you see the old way of telling and saying these things to your children? They're going to start believing that. The old ways of how we communicate with not just saying those things, but not spending enough of time, having enough of patience with our children. Some of our children need more patience than we ever did. And it's not that there's something wrong with it, but it's the environment, it's the schools, it's the the places that they go or what they see on social media and how they're interacting with each other, it has changed. So you have to be so careful on what they're doing. And I'm talking about me, even have to step up with my own son, step up with my own niece, even though she's grown. I have to pay more attention because, again, if we are telling our children a certain thing when we get angry as a parent or guardian, when we become angry, and we want our relationships to get better. But how can we get better if you're doing the old things? If you're saying the same thing over and over, and they're hearing it over and over, and you're agitating them, you never encourage them. It's always negative. It's always something that come out of your mouth is negative. They don't want to hear what you have to say. And some families wonder why their children don't want to talk to them because every time that you come, it's always something negative. It's always something they haven't done. Well, maybe they just need some direction from you. Maybe they need some direction from you. And and I'm gonna say this, maybe if you don't have it, maybe you should go get it from somewhere. Because the whole way of how you were communicating and working with your child may not be working. And maybe you have not recognized that, but I'm hoping that you recognize this in the next 5 minutes of this session this morning. The old way of thinking that your child is not going to do certain things. Oh, my child will never. How do you know? My parents thought that. My parents thought I would never do anything because of how they raised me. They raised me well. They raised me and my sister, God bless them, well. But I was nosy. I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to be a part. As I got older, I found out I don't have to be a part. I just have to be myself. But at that time, I was inquisitive. I wanted to know. I wanted to know about the music. I wanted to know about the girls. I wanted to know why they wear their pants that way. How are they able to drive cars and they're the same age I am and they're 17, 18? So even though my parents did great and there's certain things that I would keep, there are certain things that I can't keep that they communicate with me and how they work with me because you might feel like your child does no wrong or can't do no wrong, but you don't want to be fooled these days. It's like you have to be attentive to your children. You have to be attentive to what they want and what they say and what they're listening to, because you don't know how that music can be disrupting their mental capacity, their thought process, and even their spirit. You wonder why they're not as exuberant as they used to be because of what they're listening to constantly. Because you don't want, and I'm talking about myself too, and I'm talking to you. You don't want to be so busy that you miss what's going on with your child. I'll say it again. You don't want to be busy with life so much that you miss, excuse me, what's going on with your child. The old way of how you were doing things may not be working. I'm just giving you these examples this morning because if you find yourself in these areas, it's time for a change. It's time for an attitude adjustment. Because some people say, I'm going to do it just like my parents did. Yeah, there's certain things that you can keep when you have good foundation. Not just having two parents in the home, but having parents that care, having parents that are there, having parents that are paying attention, having parents that take you to church. But we need more than just take you to church. We need to spend more time. So I'm thinking, okay, more than just taking my child to church, he needs to learn why he's not even in church, having a balance. When my child is having, my son is having a bad day, and something happens, I have to take the first dip and encourage him. Even if he don't want to talk, even if they don't want to talk, even if they don't want to hear what you have to say, you still keep praying for them. You still keep motivating them. You still keep pushing them. You find out what they're listening to. Now, I know that's an old school thing, but it's also paying attention to their social media, paying attention to their demeanor, talking about things that might be tough for them to talk about, and not allowing your emotion or your frustration with them to push them away. That's a whole nother topic for another day. But again, as I close this today, and thank you for this, and please share this with someone. Maybe the old way of you doing things, maybe it's not working, but we can help you find new ways of communicating, ways to get your family from frustration, irritation, and all of the tensions, those feelings that make you feel like you can't parent the way that you want to. You can't reconnect with your child or through your family. We can help you do that. And not only reconnect, I'm working on beyond just reconnecting, because after you reconnect, you got to keep that up. So we're going to be building another tier of my program so that you can be sustainable in your relationship after you reconnect, because that's important. Guys, we're taking a trip and it's going to be beautiful. So before I let you, I have a couple announcements. So my podcast will be returning on next week. I'll get the correct date. Y'all know how I am with my dates. Give me 1 second, because I got everything written down. So the podcast will be returning on September the 8th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a great session, brand new session. And the reason why I just feel like this is time to revamp and do better, because you need it. I want to give you all the information, all the value, all the push that you need for your family, not just to react, but to transform your lives. So let's do this together. Catch me tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. once again for Family Morning Transformation, and I thank you for your support. I want to let you know I do have some slots open for family clients. I'm going to give you this information, but I will see you tomorrow at 7:30, bright and early. Have a blessed day. Enjoy your day.